Brace yourselves, because what you're about to hear is so explosive it might just break the internet in half. Picture this. Charlie Kirk, the unbreakable voice of young conservatism, the man who built Turning Point USA into a powerhouse, suddenly facing the ultimate family nightmare. His wife Erika, the woman who stood by his side through every rally, every headline, every victory, has a brand new boyfriend. And not just any boyfriend, folks. This guy has Charlie Kirk's own parents in absolute shock, screaming, crying, and threatening to disown everyone involved. The drama didn't just knock on the door, it kicked it down, smashed the windows, and set the whole house on fire. Sources close to the family are telling us the moment Erika introduced this mystery man at a private dinner in Arizona, Charlie's mom turned white as a sheet. His dad allegedly slammed his fist on the table so hard the plates flew. Accusations flew faster than you can say, family feud. Betrayal, lies, hidden texts, secret meetings, and one jaw-dropping revelation that has the entire conservative world gasping. How could she do this to our son? Fans are already losing their minds in the comments. Some are calling Erika a traitor. Others are saying Charlie had it coming. But the real question burning everyone up is, who is this new boyfriend that has the Kirk parents ready to go to war? Is he a Hollywood liberal? A radical activist? Someone so opposite to everything Charlie stands for that it feels like a deliberate slap in the face? You think you know the story? You have no idea how ugly this is about to get. Stick around, because we're pulling back the curtain on every shocking text message, every tear-filled phone call, and every brutal confrontation that has the Kirk family divided like never before. This just got ugly. The dinner was supposed to be quiet. Just family. Charlie Kirk's parents had flown in from Chicago for what they thought would be a simple weekend in Scottsdale. Celebrate the latest Turning Point event. Talk about the midterms. Maybe even plan a family vacation. But the second Erika walked through the door holding hands with him, the air in the room turned to ice. His name was Damian Cruz. 32, tattooed forearms, silver chain, hair pulled back in a tight bun, leather jacket that screamed anything but conservative values. And the way he looked at Erika, like she was the only person in the universe, made Charlie's mother, Janet, drop her wine glass. It shattered on the tile like a gunshot. Who the hell is this? Charlie's father, Ray, barked before anyone could even sit down. His voice cracked the silence like thunder. Damian didn't flinch. He just smiled that slow, confident smile and extended his hand. Damian, pleasure to meet you, sir. Ray stared at the hand like it was radioactive. Didn't shake it, just looked from Damian to Erika and back again. Erika, explain. Now. Erika's face flushed red. She squeezed Damian's hand tighter. Mom, Dad, this is someone I've been seeing. For a few months. The word landed like a bomb. Charlie wasn't even in the state, he was in DC taping a special with Tucker Carlson. Erika had told the parents it was just a casual dinner to catch up. She never mentioned a boyfriend. Never mentioned anyone new. Never mentioned that her marriage was hanging by a thread and she had already checked out. Janet clutched her chest. Months? You've been seeing someone for months while you're still married to my son? Her voice trembled, then rose. You brought him here? To our family home? Erika tried to stay calm. I didn't want to hide it anymore. Charlie and we've been struggling. You know that. We've barely spoken in weeks. I needed to be honest. Honest? Ray exploded. He stood so fast his chair tipped over. You think this is honest? Parading some stranger in front of us like it's nothing? While our boy is out there fighting for the country you claim to support, Damian finally spoke, voice low and steady. With all due respect, Mr. Kirk, I'm not here to fight. I care about Erika, deeply. She deserves happiness. And right now, she's not getting it at home. That sentence broke something in Janet. Tears spilled instantly. You don't get to talk about what my daughter-in-law deserves. You don't know her. You don't know our family. You don't know the hell Charlie has been through building everything he has. And you certainly don't get to stand in my house and lecture me. She turned to Erika, voice cracking. How could you do this? How could you humiliate him like this? Erika's eyes filled too, but she didn't back down. I'm not humiliating him. I'm saving myself. Charlie's gone 90% of the time. When he's home, he's on the phone, on Zoom, planning the next rally. I sit alone in that big house every night wondering if I even matter anymore. Damian listens. He shows up. He makes me feel seen. Damian put a protective arm around her waist. That gesture alone sent Ray into orbit. Get your hands off my son's wife, Ray roared, stepping forward like he was about to throw a punch. Damian didn't move, just held Erika closer. She's not property, sir. She makes her own choices. Janet started sobbing openly now. Erika, please, think about the kids. Think about the ministry. Think about what this will do to Charlie's reputation. The left is already waiting to tear him apart. This will be blood in the water. Erika wiped her eyes. I've thought about it every single day. I've cried myself to sleep thinking about it. But I can't keep pretending. I love Charlie. I always will. But I'm not in love with him anymore. And he's not in love with me. We both know it. The room went dead quiet except for Janet's soft crying. Ray paced like a caged animal. Damian looked at Erika with so much tenderness it almost hurt to watch. Then Ray stopped pacing, looked straight at Damien. What do you even do, son? What's your job? Your background? You think you can just walk in here and destroy a family? Damien met his eyes without blinking. I'm a freelance photographer. I shoot music festivals, protests, street art. I've documented BLM marches, pride parades, immigration rallies. I believe in freedom. All freedom, not just the kind that fits in a red hat. Ray laughed, but it was bitter, angry. So you're one of them. A liberal. Probably voted for Harris. Probably think Charlie's a fascist. Damien shrugged. I don't label people. I judge actions. And I've seen how Charlie treats Erika when the cameras are off. I've seen the texts. The distance. The coldness. She showed me. Because she was hurting. That was the match that lit the fuse. Janet gasped. You showed him our private messages? Erika looked guilty for the first time. I needed someone to talk to. He understood. Ray's face turned purple. You betrayed our son. You betrayed this family. And now you're showing our dirty laundry to some random photographer who probably hates everything we stand for? Damien stepped forward. I don't hate anyone, but I won't stand here and let you shame her for wanting more than loneliness. She's 34. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's kind. And she's been invisible in her own marriage for years. Janet shook her head violently. You don't know anything about their marriage. You weren't there for the late nights when Charlie was building Turning Point from nothing. You weren't there when Erika stood beside him at every event, smiling through exhaustion. You don't get to rewrite history. Erika's voice broke. I was there. I was always there. And I'm tired of being the background. I want a life, not a role. Ray pointed at Damien. Get out, now, before I call the police and have you removed for trespassing. Damien didn't budge. I'm not leaving unless Erika tells me to. Erika looked at him, then at Janet and Ray. Tears streaming. I'm sorry. I really am. But I'm not going back to the way things were. Janet collapsed into a chair, head in her hands. Ray stared at Erika like he didn't recognize her. You're breaking his heart. You know that, right? When he finds out, it's going to destroy him. Erika whispered, I know. And it's killing me too. Silence stretched for what felt like forever. Then Ray spoke, voice low and dangerous. If you walk out that door with him tonight, you're no longer welcome in this family. Not by me, not by Janet, and when Charlie hears this, he'll make the same choice. Erika looked at Damien. He nodded softly. She took a shaky breath. Then I guess that's the choice I have to make. She turned toward the door. Damien followed. Janet's cry echoed behind them. Erika, don't do this, but Erika kept walking. The front door opened. Arizona night air rushed in. And just like that, the family that had always prided itself on unbreakable loyalty, cracked wide open. Outside, Damien pulled Erika into his arms under the porch light. She buried her face in his chest and sobbed. They hate me. He kissed the top of her head. They're scared. They'll come around. Or they won't. But you're free now. She looked up at him, mascara streaked. Am I? He smiled that same slow smile. Yeah, baby. You are. Back inside, Janet was on the phone already. Voice shaking. Charlie, sweetheart, you need to come home. Right now. It's an emergency. Ray stood frozen, staring at the shattered wine glass on the floor like it was a crime scene. The Kirk family had just entered the ugliest chapter of its life. And the worst part? The cameras weren't rolling yet. But they would be soon. Fans were about to find out. The internet was about to explode. And nothing would ever be the same. Charlie's plane touched down in Phoenix at 2:17 a.m. He hadn't slept. The entire flight from Dulles he stared at his phone, rereading the frantic texts from his mom. Emergency. Come home now. Erika brought a man here. Your father almost had a heart attack, then another one 20 minutes later. She left with him. They're gone. Please hurry. No details. No names. Just panic in every capital letter. When he stepped off the jetway his driver was already waiting, engine running. Charlie didn't speak the whole ride to Scottsdale. Just gripped his phone so hard the screen cracked at the edges. He walked through the front door at 3:04. The house smelled like spilled wine and regret. Janet was curled on the couch under a blanket, eyes swollen shut from crying. Ray sat at the kitchen island staring into an empty coffee mug like it held answers. Neither moved when Charlie entered. He dropped his bag. Where is she? His voice was flat. Dangerous. Janet looked up first. Fresh tears. She's not here, honey. She left. With him. Charlie's jaw tightened. Who the hell is him? Ray spoke without looking up. Some guy named Damien Cruz. Photographer. Liberal type. Tattoos. Attitude. He stood right there. He pointed at the spot by the dining table, and told us Erika deserves better than you. Charlie laughed once. Short. Bitter. Better than me? That's what he said? Janet nodded miserably. He said you've been cold. Distant. That she's been lonely. That she showed him our texts. Our family texts. Charlie's face didn't change but something in his eyes went dark. She showed him our texts. Ray finally looked at his son. Yeah, and he threw them in our faces. Said he's seen how you treat her when the cameras aren't rolling. Charlie walked slowly to the counter. Picked up Janet's empty wine glass, the one that hadn't shattered, and turned it in his hand. So my wife has been confiding in some random guy. Showing him screenshots of our fights. Our private life. And then she brings him here. To this house. To rub it in your faces. Janet whispered. We told her if she left with him tonight, she wasn't welcome back. Not by us. Charlie set the glass down so carefully it made no sound. Good, that's exactly right. He turned to his father. Did he touch her? In front of you? Ray nodded once. Arm around her waist. Protective, like he owned the place. Charlie closed his eyes for a second. When he opened them they were steel. I want his full name. Address if you have it. Socials. Everything. Ray pulled out his phone. I took a picture of his license plate when they drove off. Just in case, Charlie almost smiled. Smart. Within minutes Charlie was on his laptop in the guest room. Damian Cruz. Instagram public. Thousands of followers. Protest photos. Pride flags. Black Lives Matter marches. One post from 3 weeks ago. Erika in the background at a music festival, laughing, Damian's arm around her shoulders. Caption. Found my light in the chaos. Charlie stared at the photo until his vision blurred. Then he opened Erika's Instagram. She hadn't posted in months. But the stories were still up from 2 days ago. A sunset, a coffee cup, and in the corner of one frame, Damian's hand holding hers. Charlie felt something snap inside his chest. He called her, straight to voicemail. Erika, it's me. I'm home. We need to talk. Call me back. Now. He hung up. Waited 30 seconds. Called again. Voicemail. Third time he left a longer message. Voice low. Controlled. I know about Damian. I know you brought him to my parents' house. I know you showed him our messages. I know you said you're not in love with me anymore. If that's true, say it to my face. Don't hide behind some guy who thinks taking pictures at riots makes him deep. Call me, or I start making calls of my own. You know what that means. He ended the call. Janet knocked softly on the doorframe. Charlie, are you okay? He didn't look up from the screen. No, Mom, I'm not okay. My wife is cheating on me. In public, with a man who hates everything I stand for. And she did it in our home. In front of you and Dad. Janet stepped inside. Sat on the edge of the bed. She said you've been gone. Emotionally, that the marriage has been over for a long time. Charlie spun the chair to face her. And you believe her? After everything we built? After every time she stood next to me at events, smiled for the cameras, told the crowd how proud she was? Janet looked down. I believe she was hurting. And I believe you were too busy to see it. That hit harder than anything else that night. Charlie rubbed his face. I was building something. For us. For the kids. For the country. She knew what she signed up for. Janet reached for his hand. She knew, but knowing and living it are different. She was alone a lot. We all saw it. Charlie pulled his hand away gently. So the answer is to cheat? To humiliate me? To drag some activist into our family? Janet sighed. I'm not defending her. I'm scared for you. For what this will do when it leaks. Charlie stood up. Paste. It's already leaking. Someone at the dinner saw them leave. Probably already posted. Twitter's going to be a war zone by morning. He checked his phone. Notifications exploding. Turning Point staff texting. Friends. Even Candace Owens. Bro, what the hell is going on? Call me. He ignored them all. Opened X. Searched, Erika Kirk Damian, already trending in Arizona politics circles. Blurry photo someone snapped from across the street, Erika and Damian getting into his black Jeep. Caption. Charlie Kirk's wife just left with this dude after family blowup. Thoughts, replies were vicious. Half calling Erika every name in the book. Half saying Charlie deserved it for being emotionally unavailable, and married to his career. Charlie threw the phone on the bed. I need to see her. Tonight. Ray appeared in the doorway. She's not answering. We tried too. Probably at his place. Charlie grabbed his keys. Then I'll find his place. Janet stood up fast. Charlie number. Don't do something stupid. Let it cool down. He looked at her, eyes burning. Cool down? My wife walked out with another man in front of my parents. She's been lying for months. I'm supposed to sit here and cool down. Ray stepped forward. If you go over there tonight you'll end up on camera. Or worse, let me make some calls. We have friends in law enforcement. We can get an address quietly. Charlie hesitated. Then nodded. Fine, get the address. But I'm not waiting long. Ray stepped out to call. Janet hugged Charlie tight. He didn't hug back, just stood there rigid. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. He whispered into her hair. She's the one who should be sorry. An hour later Ray came back with the address. Damian's apartment in Tempe. Not far. Charlie was already in the car before Janet could protest again. He drove fast, windows down, Arizona heat still clinging to the night. His mind raced. Every memory of Erika smiling at events. Every late night call where she said, I miss you. Every time she packed his suitcase and kissed him goodbye. Lies. All of it. Or maybe not all. Maybe just the last part. The part that mattered now. He pulled up to the complex at 4:42 a.m. lights still on in Unit 214. Damian's Jeep parked crooked in the guest spot. Charlie sat there for 10 minutes. Engine off. Breathing hard. Then he got out. Walked up the stairs. Stopped at the door. Raised his fist to knock. But before he could, the door opened. Erika stood there in one of Damian's t-shirts. Hair messy, eyes red. She didn't look surprised. I knew you'd come. Charlie stared at her. The woman he married, the mother of his children, the partner he trusted with everything. We need to talk, she stepped aside. Come in, but keep your voice down. He's sleeping. Charlie walked inside. The apartment smelled like incense and fresh coffee. Photos on the wall, protests, concerts, Erika in almost every one. Smiling like he hadn't seen in years, Damien appeared from the hallway. Shirtless, sweatpants low, no fear in his eyes. Just calm. Charlie looked at him. Then back at Erika. You really did this. Erika closed the door behind him. Yeah, I really did. The room felt too small. The air too thick, and whatever came next was going to be louder than anything that had happened before. Charlie stood in the middle of Damien's living room like he'd walked into enemy territory. The place was small, artsy, exposed brick, string lights draped over bookshelves stuffed with zines and vinyl. A half-finished canvas leaned against the wall, abstract slashes of red and black. Erika crossed her arms tight across her chest like she was holding herself together. Damien stayed in the hallway doorway, arms loose at his sides. No smirk, no challenge, just watching. You came all the way here at 5 in the morning, Erika said quietly. So talk. Charlie looked at her. Really looked. The woman in front of him wore another man's t-shirt that hid mid-thigh. No makeup, hair tangled from whatever had happened before he knocked. She looked exhausted, beautiful, and completely foreign. How long? He asked. Voice low, controlled. Erika swallowed. We met at a charity art show in March. Started talking, texting, nothing physical until July. Charlie repeated it like he was tasting poison. 4 months. You've been sleeping with him for 4 months while you still wore my ring. While you still kissed me goodbye at the airport. While you posted those anniversary photos on Instagram with the caption, "Forever my rock." Erika flinched. I know how it looks. How it looks. Charlie's laugh was sharp. It looks like betrayal. It looks like you planned this. You let me fly around the country preaching family values while you were building a whole other life behind my back. Damien stepped forward half a step. She didn't plan anything. She was drowning, man. You were never there. Charlie turned on him slow. You don't get to speak. You're the side piece who thinks he's the hero. Stay in the hallway. Damien's jaw ticked but he didn't move closer. Erika put a hand on Charlie's arm. He jerked away like she'd burned him. Don't touch me, Charlie please, she whispered. I didn't want it to happen like this. I tried to talk to you. So many times. You'd come home exhausted, shut down, say, we'll talk tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. I felt like a ghost in my own house. So you found someone who'd listen. Charlie's eyes flicked to Damien. Someone who photographs riots and calls it art. Someone who probably retweets every hit piece on me. Damien spoke calm. I've never posted about you. Not once. This isn't political for me. It's about her. Charlie ignored him. Looked back at Erika. You showed him our texts. Our fights. Our therapy notes. Things I sent you in confidence. You weaponized our pain to justify this. Erika's eyes filled. I showed him because I was breaking. I needed someone to tell me I wasn't crazy for feeling invisible. He didn't judge. He just held space. Held space. Charlie spat the words. That's what they call cheating now. Holding space? It wasn't cheating at first, she said. Voice cracking. It was friendship. Then it became more. And I didn't stop it because for the first time in years I felt wanted. Desired. Seen. Charlie paced 3 steps. Stopped. I desired you. Every time I came home I wanted you. But I was tired. Burned out. Trying to keep the lights on at Turning Point. Trying to pay for the house. The kids' school. Your spa days. Your designer bags. All of it. And instead of supporting me you went looking for validation somewhere else. Erika wiped her cheeks. I supported you for years. I stood on stages smiling while people called me a trophy wife. I defended you online when they said you were grifting. I raised our children mostly alone. I was your biggest cheerleader. But cheerleaders get tired too. They need someone to cheer for them. Silence stretched. Damien finally spoke. She told me she was going to leave you clean. File quietly. No drama. No public mess. But your parents pushed her into a corner tonight. They gave her an ultimatum. She chose herself. Charlie rounded on him. And you just happened to be standing there with open arms? Convenient. I've been in love with her since July, Damien said simply. I waited. I didn't push. When she was ready, I was there. Charlie's fists clenched. You think love excuses this? Sneaking around? Lying? Destroying a family? No, Damien answered. But staying miserable doesn't fix it either. Erika stepped between them. Stop, both of you. This isn't about who's right. It's about what happens now. Charlie looked at her. Chest rising and falling fast. What happens now is you come home. We go to counseling. We figure this out privately. Away from him. Away from the cameras. For the kids. For everything we built. Erika shook her head slow. I can't. I'm done pretending. The marriage has been dead for longer than 4 months. You know it too. You just didn't want to admit it because it would hurt the brand. The brand? Charlie's voice rose for the first time. You think this is about the brand? This is about us. Our vows. Our children waking up tomorrow wondering why mommy isn't home. They'll know the truth when they're old enough, she said softly. that their parents tried, that sometimes love changes, that it's okay to choose happiness even when it hurts everyone else. Charlie stared at her like she'd slapped him. Happiness. With him. A guy who's the walking opposite of everything we believe. I don't believe everything you believe anymore, Erika admitted. The words hung heavy. I used to. I really did. But sitting alone night after night, listening to the talking points on repeat, I started questioning. Not just us. All of it. Damien stayed quiet, but his eyes softened when he looked at her. Charlie saw it. Hated it. So that's it, Charlie said. You're walking away from 17 years. From the kids. From me. For this? I'm not walking away from the kids, Erika said firmly. Joint custody. We'll figure it out. I'll fight for them. But I can't fight for a marriage that's already gone. Charlie looked around the apartment again. At the photos of Erika happy. At Damien standing guard. At the life she'd built without him. Something inside him cracked, not anger this time. Grief. I loved you, he said. Voice rough. I still do. Even now. Even after this. Erika's lip trembled. I know. And part of me will always love you. But not enough to stay. Charlie nodded once. Slow. Like he was accepting a verdict. Okay. He turned toward the door. Paused, looked back at Damien. If you hurt her, if you ever make her cry the way I've seen her cry these last 2 years, I'll find you. And it won't be on camera. Damien met his gaze. I won't. Charlie looked at Erika one last time. I'll have my lawyer call yours tomorrow. Don't post anything. Don't talk to TMZ. Don't make this uglier than it already is. She nodded. Tears streaming. I won't. He opened the door. Stepped out. The Arizona dawn was just starting to bruise the sky pink. He walked down the stairs. Got in the car, sat there for a long minute without starting the engine. Then he pulled out his phone, opened X, saw the notifications had tripled. Screenshots, speculation, memes already circulating. Charlie Kirk cucked by Antifa photographer, with laughing emojis. Prayer hands from supporters, popcorn gifts from the other side. He didn't read them, just opened a new post. Thumbs hovering, then he typed, personal statement coming soon. Please respect our family's privacy during this time. Thank you for your prayers. He hit send. Watched the likes roll in instantly. Then he started the car, drove back toward Scottsdale, toward his parents, toward the house that suddenly felt too big, too empty. Back in the apartment, Erika sank onto the couch. Damien knelt in front of her, took her hands. You okay? She shook her head. No, but I will be. He pulled her close. She let him. Outside, the first rays of sun hit the window. A new day, a new fight, and the internet was just waking up to the biggest conservative scandal of the year. Meanwhile, Charlie's phone buzzed nonstop. Candace, Donald Trump Jr., Laura Ingram's producer, his PR team. He ignored them all, pulled into the driveway, walked inside. Janet met him at the door, eyes searching his face. What happened? She whispered. Charlie looked past her, at the family photos on the wall, at the empty spot where Erika's smile used to be. It's over, he said, voice hollow. She's not coming back. Janet's hand flew to her mouth. Ray appeared behind her, face grim. Charlie walked past them both, straight to his office, closed the door, sat at the desk where he'd written so many speeches about faith, family, fidelity. He opened his laptop, stared at the blank document. Then he started typing, the statement that would either save his movement or burn it to the ground. Charlie stared at the blank screen for what felt like hours. The cursor blinked like it was mocking him. His fingers hovered. Then he started typing, slow at first, then faster. The words poured out raw, unfiltered, no PR polish, no talking points, just truth wrapped in pain. To my supporters, my team, my family, and anyone who has ever believed in what we're building, I've always said family comes first. Today that promise is being tested in the hardest way possible. My wife Erika and I are separating. The decision is painful, mutual in some ways, devastating in others. There is no easy story here. No villain, no hero, just two people who loved each other deeply and somehow lost the way back to each other. I won't pretend this doesn't hurt. It does, more than anything I've ever faced publicly. But I refuse to let private heartbreak become public spectacle. I ask, no, I beg, for privacy for our children above all. They didn't sign up for this. They deserve normalcy. They deserve parents who can still co-parent with dignity even when the marriage is over. To those who will weaponize this moment, I see you. The left will say it proves conservative values are hypocrisy. Some on the right will say I failed as a husband. Both sides will be wrong. Marriage isn't a political statement. It's human, messy, imperfect. I've spent years fighting for the idea of strong families. That fight doesn't stop because mine is breaking. If anything, it makes me fight harder. Because I know now what it costs when it falls apart. Erika and I will handle this privately. Through lawyers, through counseling for the kids, through whatever grace we can still find for each other. Turning Point will continue. The mission will continue. Because the country needs us more than ever. And I need you, your prayers, your understanding, your focus on what matters. Thank you for standing with me. Even now, especially now. Charlie, he read it 3 times. Deleted a sentence, added one back, then hit post before he could overthink it. The tweet went live at 7:42 a.m. Arizona time. Within 60 seconds the likes started, then the retweets. Then the replies. A tidal wave. Supporters flooded in first. We love you, Charlie. God has a plan. Stay strong. Prayer emojis. American flags. Hearts. Then the doubters. So the family values guy can't keep his family together? Typical. Laughing emojis. Popcorn. Then the gleeful attacks. Cucked by a BLM photographer LMAO. Karma. Memes started almost immediately. Charlie's face photoshopped onto a crying Jordan template. Damien's Instagram photo blown up with New Alpha captions. By 8:15 Fox News had picked it up. Headline. Charlie Kirk announces separation from wife amid shocking affair rumors. They ran the tweet in full. Pundits already debating. Is this a distraction from the midterms? Does it hurt the movement? Laura Ingraham texted him personally. Call me. We need to get ahead of this. He didn't reply. Back at Damien's apartment, Erika woke to her phone vibrating off the nightstand. Notifications in the hundreds. She opened X, saw Charlie's statement pinned at the top of her feed. Read it once, twice. Tears came fast and silent. Damien stirred beside her. What is it? She handed him the phone. He read, nodded slowly. He's handling it better than I expected. He's hurting, she whispered. And he's still protecting the kids. Still protecting me in his way. Damien pulled her close. That's who he is. Even when he's broken. Erika stared at the ceiling. The internet's going to tear us apart. Both of us. Damien kissed her forehead. Let them talk. We'll live quiet. We'll protect what we have. The rest is noise, but the noise was deafening. By noon TMZ had exclusive photos, grainy shots of Damien's Jeep outside the Kirk house the night before. Anonymous source claiming, family blowout ended with Erika storming out with mystery man. Daily Mail ran side by sides. Erika at CPAC smiling next to Charlie. Erika at a festival laughing with Damien. Headline. Conservative power couple's marriage implodes over liberal lover. Turning Point staff went into crisis mode. Emergency Zoom. We need a unified message, the communications director said. Focus on Charlie's resilience. Pivot to policy. Someone else. We should address the boyfriend directly. Call out the hypocrisy. Charlie muted his mic. Listened, then unmuted. No, we don't attack. We don't defend. We work. Head down. Mission first. That's the only statement. The team fell silent. They knew that tone. It was the same one he used before every big debate. Unbreakable. Meanwhile, Janet and Ray sat in stunned silence at the kitchen table. Janet refreshed X every 30 seconds. They're saying awful things, calling her a, she couldn't finish. Ray put a hand over hers. Let it burn out. People move on, but Janet shook her head. Not this, not him. They'll never let him forget. Charlie walked in around 1. Unshaven, eyes bloodshot. He hadn't slept. Janet rushed to hug him. He let her this time. Held on longer than usual. Ray stood, awkward, then pulled him into a rough embrace. We're here, son. Whatever you need. Charlie nodded. Voice hoarse. I need to see the kids. They're with the nanny at the house. They don't know yet. Janet wiped her eyes. We'll go with you. They drove in silence. Pulled up to the Scottsdale home. The one with the big yard. The pool. The life they'd built. The nanny met them at the door. They're playing in the playroom. They asked for mommy twice this morning. Charlie's throat closed. He walked in. His son, 8, looked up from Legos. Daddy, when's mommy coming home? His daughter, 5, ran over. Hugged his leg. I miss her. Charlie knelt. Pulled them both close. Mommy and daddy need to talk to you about something important. Come sit with me. He sat on the couch. Kids on either side. Janet and Ray hovering. He took a breath. Sometimes grown-ups who love each other very much decide they can't live together anymore. But that doesn't mean they stop loving you. Mommy and I still love you more than anything. We're going to live in different houses. But you'll see both of us all the time. You'll have 2 homes, 2 bedrooms, 2 sets of rules, but the same amount of love. Always. His son frowned. Did you fight? Charlie hesitated. Yeah, we did, and we're sorry you had to feel that. His daughter started crying. I want mommy. Charlie rocked her. I know, baby. You'll see her soon. I promise. Janet knelt too. Grandma's going to stay here tonight. Help with bedtime. We're all going to be okay. The kids nodded slowly. Not understanding fully, but trusting. That was the worst part, how much they trusted everything would be fine. Later that night, Charlie sat alone on the patio. Stars out, phone buzzing nonstop. He opened Erika's contact, hovered over call, then texted instead. Kids know, they're upset but okay. Nanny said they can FaceTime you tomorrow if you want. Lawyer will reach out Monday. Take care of yourself. He hit send. Waited. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Then, thank you. Tell them I love them. I'm so sorry. For everything. He stared at the message. Typed, I know. Deleted it. Typed, me too. Deleted that. Finally just, good night. He set the phone down. Looked up at the sky. Somewhere across town, Erika was probably reading the same exchange. Crying the same quiet tears. Damien holding her. Or maybe not. Maybe she was alone too. Hurting in a different way. The next morning the story was everywhere. CNN, Fox, Newsmax, even international outlets. American conservative icon's marriage crumbles. Podcasts dissecting it. Twitter spaces raging. Turning Point donors texting. Still with you. Others going silent. Charlie woke early, made coffee, sat at his desk, opened the laptop. The mission never stopped, even when the man behind it was falling apart. He started typing again, not a statement this time. A plan, next event, next speech, next fight, because stopping wasn't an option. Not for him, not ever, but deep down he knew, the scar this left would never fully heal. And the family that once stood unbreakable was forever changed. The ugliness had only just begun. Weeks passed in a blur of headlines, hushed phone calls, and the kind of silence that screams. Charlie threw himself into work like it was armor. Rally after rally, podcast after podcast, every speech sharper, every debate more ferocious. Supporters noticed. He's angrier than ever, one donor texted. Good, we need that fire, but the people closest saw the cracks. His laugh sounded forced. His eyes didn't crinkle the way they used to. Late nights in the office he'd stare at old photos on his phone, Erika pregnant with their son, the family at Disney, her head on his shoulder at a gala, and then delete them one by one like ripping off bandages. Erika moved into a small condo in Tempe. Modern, minimalist, Damien helped her unpack boxes labeled kitchen and kids stuff. She kept the wedding photos in storage. Not thrown away, just out of sight. She started therapy twice a week. Cried through most sessions. I feel guilty for feeling free, she told the counselor. Like I don't deserve to breathe easier. Damien was patient. Cooked her favorite meals. Took her to quiet desert hikes where no one recognized them. But even there she'd check her phone for messages from the kids. FaceTime calls became routine. Mommy, when are you coming home? Her daughter would ask every time. Erika would force a smile. Soon baby, mommy has her own house now. You'll have 2 rooms, 2 Christmas trees. It'll be fun. The little girl would nod but her eyes said she didn't believe it. Custody negotiations started ugly. Charlie's lawyer pushed for primary custody. The children's stability is paramount. Mr. Kirk's home is established. His schedule, while demanding, is predictable. Ms. Cruz's new living situation is transitional. Erika's attorney fired back. Transitional? She's their mother. She's been the primary caregiver since birth. Mr. Kirk travels 250 days a year. Who exactly is unstable here? Emails flew. Depositions scheduled. Mediators called in. Charlie refused to be in the same room as Damien. I won't sit across from the man who broke up my family, he told his lawyer. Erika agreed. I don't want drama in front of the kids. Just fair. Then the first big twist hit. A former Turning Point intern leaked audio. Grainy. Recorded on a phone at an off-the-record staff happy hour months before the blow-up. Charlie's voice unmistakable. Slurring slightly after too many whiskeys. Marriage is hard, man. Erika gets it. She knows I'm out saving the country. Sometimes she just has to wait. That's the deal. Laughter in the background. Someone says, she's a saint. Charlie replies, yeah. Saint or doormat, pick one. The clip surfaced on Reddit first. Then Twitter. Then everywhere. Title. Charlie Kirk calls wife a doormat pre-divorce scandal. The backlash was instant. Conservative women online turned vicious. He called her a doormat? No wonder she left. Progressive accounts piled on. This is what traditional values really look like, contempt behind closed doors. Charlie's team tried damage control. Audio taken out of context. Private conversation. Alcohol involved, but the damage stuck. Donations dipped for the first time in years. Not a flood, just enough to notice. Erika saw the clip at 2 a.m. while Damien slept. She played it 3 times. Each time her stomach twisted tighter. Part of her wanted to call Charlie and scream. Another part wanted to hug him. She texted him instead. Middle of the night. No greeting. I heard the audio. Is that really how you felt? 3 dots. Long pause. Then, I was drunk. Frustrated. Doesn't make it okay. I'm sorry. She stared at the message. Typed. You called me a doormat. In front of your team. Another long pause. I know. I hate that I said it. I was scared. Losing you was already happening and I didn't know how to stop it. So I acted like it didn't matter. Stupid. Cruel. I'm sorry, Erika. She didn't reply right away. Cried instead. Quietly so she wouldn't wake Damien. Then, the kids heard people talking at school. They asked if you think I'm a doormat. I told them no. You love me, whatever. Just be careful what you say. Even when you think no one's listening, he replied almost instantly. I will, promise. That exchange softened something. Not forgiveness, not yet, but the first crack of understanding since the night he walked into Damien's apartment. Then came twist number 2. Paparazzi caught Damien and Erika at a low-key Italian place in Mesa. Nothing scandalous. Just dinner, laughing over pasta. But the photo ran with headline, Charlie Kirk's ex-wife already cozy with new man, weeks after split. Fans lost it. Death threats to Damien's DM. Doxing attempts. Erika's condo address leaked on 4chan. She had to hire security for the first time in her life. Charlie saw the headlines. Called his PR guy. Kill any stories that target her or the kids. I mean it. No leaks. No revenge posts. The PR guy hesitated. Some of our base wants blood. Charlie snapped. Then they're not our base. Tell them to focus on Biden. Not my ex-wife's dinner, he posted on X that night. Short, Firm. Erika is the mother of my children. Any threats against her or our family are unacceptable. We disagree on many things now, but she deserves safety, respect, decency. Full stop. The post got mixed reactions. Supporters praised his class. Critics called it weak, but it stopped the worst of the harassment. For a while, custody mediation dragged into month 3. They finally agreed on 50-50. Split weeks. Holidays alternated. Kids would have rooms in both homes. Erika cried in the lawyer's office after signing. Relief, guilt, exhaustion, all at once. Charlie signed in silence, stared at his signature like it belonged to someone else. The first handoff happened at a neutral park. Neutral time. Saturday morning. Kids ran between them like puppies. Daddy, look what mommy bought me. Mommy said we can have ice cream tonight. Charlie knelt, hugged them tight, whispered, I love you both so much. Erika stood a few feet away, sunglasses hiding red eyes. Damien waited in the car. No eye contact, no words, just the new normal. As the kids climbed into Charlie's SUV, Erika stepped closer, voice low. Thank you for the post, for protecting us. He looked at her, really looked, saw the woman he'd loved since college, saw the stranger she'd become. They're our kids, always will be. She nodded, almost smiled. Take care of yourself, Charlie. You too. He got in the car, watched her in the rear view as she walked back to Damien. Something in his chest loosened, not healed, but looser. Back home, he sat on the patio again. Same stars, different man. Phone buzzed, text from his mom. Proud of you today. You handled it with grace. We love you. He smiled. Small, real, typed back. Love you too, Mom. Getting there. Across town, Erika buckled the kids into Damien's Jeep earlier that week for their first overnight at the condo. They were nervous, excited. She held their hands the whole drive. 2 homes, double the love, remember? They nodded, believed her a little more this time. The ugliness hadn't vanished. Headlines still popped, whispers still followed, but the storm was starting to quiet. Families break. Sometimes they reform in strange new shapes. Sometimes the pieces don't fit the same way again, but they still hold together. Barely enough. And for now, that was all anyone could ask. Months dragged into a fragile new rhythm. The kids adapted faster than the adults. They started calling Damien's condo Mommy's house without flinching. They'd come back to Charlie's place with stories about Damien teaching them how to use a real camera, how he let them edit photos on his laptop, how he made pancakes shaped like dinosaurs. Charlie listened, nodded, smiled through the sting. That sounds fun, buddy. Inside, he cataloged every detail like evidence. Not to use against Erika, just to understand what piece of their childhood he was missing. He never asked about Damien directly. The kids volunteered anyway. Innocent. Damien said, "You're famous, Daddy. He showed me a video of you yelling at a college kid." Charlie forced a chuckle. Yeah, well, sometimes yelling is part of the job. His son looked up serious. Do you yell at Mommy too? The question landed like a brick. Charlie knelt. No, never at Mommy. We disagreed sometimes, but I never yelled at her. Promise. The boy nodded, satisfied, but the seed was planted. Charlie spent the next week replaying every argument they'd ever had, wondering if the kids had heard more than he realized. Erika started posting again, subtle at first, a photo of the desert sunrise with the caption, "New beginnings," no face, no tag. Followers noticed anyway. Comments split down the middle. Half supportive, "You deserve happiness, queen," half venomous, "Homewrecker." She turned comments off on most posts. Damien's account stayed public. He kept posting his work, street art, protest scenes, portraits of everyday people. One photo went mildly viral, a black and white shot of Erika's hand holding their daughters while they crossed a street. Caption, "Small hands, big love." Charlie saw it before he could look away. Scrolled past fast, heart rate up, didn't comment, didn't like, just closed the app. Then the custody twist nobody saw coming. During a routine exchange at the park, Erika's lawyer emailed Charlie's team a proposal. Ms. Cruz would like to relocate to California, Los Angeles area, better opportunities for photography work. She's willing to fly the children back and forth every other weekend at her expense. Extended summers with Mr. Kirk, virtual school if needed. Charlie read the email 3 times, then called his lawyer, voice dangerously calm. No, absolutely not. They're not moving across the country. Not happening. Mediation turned heated. Virtual this time. Charlie on one screen, Erika on another. Lawyers flanking. No kids present. Erika spoke first. Composed. The Arizona heat is brutal for the kids half the year. La has better schools, more diverse activities. Damien has family there. Connections. It's not about taking them away. It's about giving them a fuller life. Charlie leaned forward. Their life is here. Their friends. Their school. Their grandparents 10 minutes away. You don't get to uproot them because your boyfriend got a gallery show in Silver Lake. Erika's eyes flashed. It's not about him. It's about me. I've been supporting your career for 17 years. Now it's my turn. I want to build something. Photography. Maybe a small studio. The kids can thrive there. They can thrive here. Charlie shot back. With stability. With me. You already changed their routine once. Don't do it again. The mediator interrupted. Let's focus on the children's best interest. not adult grievances. Erika softened. I know you love them. I know you're a good dad. But you're gone so much. They need more than weekend hero time. They need daily presence. And right now, Damien gives them that when I'm working late shoots. Charlie's jaw clenched. So he's the daily dad now? Great. Congratulations. That's not fair, Erika said quietly. He's not trying to replace you. He's just, here. Silence on the Zoom. Lawyers scribbling notes. Mediator sighed. We'll need more sessions. Perhaps a guardian ad litem to interview the children. Charlie ended the call first. Slammed his laptop shut. Paced the office. Called his mom. They want to move to California. Janet gasped. No, they can't take my grandbabies. Ray in the background. Fight it. Hard. We'll pay whatever it takes. Charlie didn't sleep that night. Stared at the ceiling. Thought about the kids waking up in a strange city. New school, new friends. Damien dropping them off. Damien at parent-teacher night. Damien tucking them in while he was on a red-eye to DC. The image made him sick. Next morning he texted Erika. Direct. No lawyer CC. We need to talk. Alone. No attorneys. No Zoom. Coffee. Neutral place. Tomorrow, she replied after an hour. Okay, 10 a.m. that little cafe on Mill Avenue. Just us. He got there early. Black coffee. No sugar. Watched her walk in. Jeans. Simple white tee. Hair in a loose ponytail. No makeup. She looked like the girl he met in college. Sat across from him. Ordered herbal tea. They didn't speak for a full minute. Just stared at the table. Erika broke first. I don't want to hurt you more. I swear. Then don't move them, he said. Voice low. Please. I'm begging you. Don't take my kids across the country. She looked up. Eyes glassy. It's not taking. It's expanding. They'll still see you. More time in summers. Holidays. I'll pay for flights. We can do video every night. Video isn't the same. You know it's not. She nodded slow. I know, but Arizona isn't working for me anymore. Everywhere I go, people stare. Whisper. Judge. I can't breathe here. La feels like a fresh start. For me. For them. Charlie rubbed his face. What if I cut back travel? What if I'm home more? Would you stay then? Erika studied him. Surprised. You'd do that? For them. Yeah, I would. She looked down at her tea. Stirred it slowly. It's not just about you being home. It's everything. The politics. The constant spotlight. The way our life became a performance. I don't want that for them. I don't want it for me anymore, so it's still about you, he said. Not angry. Just tired. Maybe. But I think it's okay for it to be about me now. After all these years, another long silence. Charlie finally spoke. If you move, I'll fight. I'll fight dirty if I have to. I'll use every resource. Every connection. You know I will. I know, she whispered. And I'll fight back. Because I think it's best for them. Then we're at war, he said. Quiet. Final. Erika reached across the table. Touched his hand for the first time since the split. He didn't pull away. We don't have to be enemies, Charlie. We can be parents who disagree. Hard, but not enemies. He looked at her hand on his. Remembered how it used to fit perfectly. Still did. I don't know if I can do that, he admitted. Not yet. She squeezed once. Let go. Stood up. Think about it. Really think. Not as the movement leader. As their dad. She left. He stayed. Coffee went cold. Phone buzzed. Another rally invite. Another interview request. He ignored them. Drove home slow. Pulled into the driveway. Kids were with the nanny. He walked straight to their rooms. Sat on his son's bed. Picked up a stuffed bear Damien had given him. Stared at it. Then he texted his lawyer. Hold off on the guardian ad litem. Let's try one more mediation. No relocation clause yet. Just talk. He hit send. Leaned back against the headboard. Closed his eyes. The fight wasn't over. Maybe it never would be. But for the first time in months, he wasn't sure he wanted to win at all costs. Sometimes losing a little meant keeping what mattered most. The kids, their trust, their future, and maybe, just maybe, a sliver of peace between the ruins of what used to be a family. The California proposal hung over everything like smoke that wouldn't clear. Mediation sessions multiplied. Lawyers billed hours in the six figures. A guardian ad litem was appointed, a neutral child psychologist who met with the kids separately, observed them at both homes, interviewed teachers, nannies, even Damien. The report came back after 8 grueling weeks. Balanced, careful, devastating in its neutrality. The children express strong attachment to both parents. They report positive experiences in Arizona with extended family nearby. They also describe enjoyment of time spent with mother's partner, citing creativity and emotional availability. Relocation to California would disrupt established routines, peer relationships, and grandparent involvement. However, mother demonstrates capacity to provide a stable, enriched environment in Los Angeles. Recommendation: deny relocation at this time. Revisit in 2 years if circumstances change significantly. Joint legal and physical custody to continue with current 50-50 schedule. Charlie read the report alone in his office at 3 in the morning. Relief washed over him first. Then guilt. He'd won, for now. But winning felt like punching air. The kids weren't prizes. They were scared little people caught between two people who used to love each other. Erika called him the next day. No lawyer on the line. Just her. Voice steady but thin. I read it. Yeah, I'm not going to appeal. Not right now, Charlie exhaled. Thank you, don't thank me yet. I'm staying in Arizona, but I'm not staying small. I'm opening the studio anyway. Tempe, close enough for school drop-offs. Damien's leasing a bigger space downtown. We'll make it work here, he nodded even though she couldn't see. That's fair, the kids need both of us close. I get that now, more than I did before. Silence stretched. Comfortable for once, not loaded. How are they? She asked. Good, asking when you're coming for movie night. They want to show you the new Lego set Damien helped build. Erika laughed softly. Real, tell them Thursday. I'll bring popcorn. Deal. He hung up. Stared at the phone. Felt something shift. Not back to love, not forgiveness in full, but truce. Real truce. Life started to settle into the new grooves. The kids split weeks without meltdowns anymore. They had soccer practice in Scottsdale on Charlie's weeks. Art classes in Tempe on Erika's. Charlie showed up to every game he could. Sat in the bleachers, cheered loud. Erika did the same at the gallery openings she started hosting. Charlie never attended those, but he sent flowers once. Anonymous, white roses, card read, proud of you. Circa, she knew anyway. Texted him a photo of the bouquet on the reception desk. Thank you, he replied with a thumbs up. Small, but enough. The public story faded faster than anyone expected. New scandals took over. Midterms came and went. Turning Point hit record fundraising. Charlie's speeches grew fiercer but somehow deeper. He started weaving in lines about grace, redemption, the cost of division. Audiences noticed. Some critics called it pandering. Most just listened harder. One night after a late rally in Phoenix, Charlie drove past Erika's new studio instead of going straight home. Lights still on at 10:30. He pulled over, watched through the window. Erika inside, laughing with a small group. Damien beside her, arm around her waist, casual. Comfortable. She looked happy, not performative, real. Charlie didn't feel rage, didn't feel nothing, felt a quiet ache, the kind that comes when you realize the person you love most has built a life that doesn't need you in it every day. He sat there 10 minutes, then drove away. The next morning he woke the kids early, made pancakes, no dinosaur shapes, just regular. They ate at the kitchen island, talking over each other, laughing. He looked at them, really looked, and saw pieces of both him and Erika. His stubborn chin, her bright eyes, their future stretching out messy and beautiful. Hey, he said, Mommy's doing something really cool with her pictures. Maybe one day we can all go see her show together. What do you think? His daughter clapped. Yes. Can Damien come too? Charlie paused, only half a second. Sure, if he wants. His son grinned. Cool. He promised to teach me how to take pictures of fireworks. Charlie ruffled his hair. Then we'll make it happen. Later that week the whole blended crew ended up at the Tempe studio opening. Not planned, just happened. Kids begged. Charlie said yes. Erika sent the invite formally. Damien stayed in the background. Polite nods. No tension. Charlie walked the space. Saw Erika's photos blown up large. Portraits of ordinary people. Protests. Sunsets. One wall dedicated to the kids. Candid shots of them laughing. Playing. Being. No Charlie in any frame. But he didn't expect to be. Erika found him near the back. You came. They wouldn't stop asking. She smiled. Small. Genuine. Thank you. He nodded toward the kids. Running between displays. Damien showing them how to use a camera strap. Looks like a good night. It is. They stood side by side. Watching their children. Watching the life they'd both helped create. Separate now, but still connected. We did okay, Charlie said quietly. Erika glanced at him. Better than okay. No more words needed. Outside the Arizona night was warm. Stars sharp. The ugliness that had torn everything apart had cooled into something else. Not perfect. Not pretty. But survivable. Human. Families don't always stay the shape they start in. Sometimes they stretch, crack, reform, and sometimes, in the quiet spaces between the drama, they find a way to keep loving the same little humans. Even when the grown-ups can't love each other the same way anymore. The end? No, just another chapter. And for the first time in a long time, it didn't feel like the worst one. The dust finally settled, but the scars never quite faded. Charlie Kirk kept building Turning Point USA into something even bigger, more events, more donors, more young voices shouting into the political storm. He still wore the same sharp suits, delivered the same razor-edged lines about freedom and faith, but there was a new weight in his eyes. A quiet gravity that made the crowds lean in closer. He never spoke publicly about the divorce again. Not a single interview, not a single vague tweet. When reporters tried, he'd smile politely and pivot. Let's talk about the border. Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about what matters to the next generation, and they did. Because he made them. Erika's photography studio in Tempe became a quiet success. Small shows turned into bigger ones. Local galleries started calling. She shot weddings, portraits, protests when she felt like it. Her work had heart, raw, unfiltered, human. People noticed. Damien stood beside her at every opening, never in the spotlight, always the steady hand on her back. They never married, didn't need to, they just lived, built a life, raised the kids half the time with laughter and late-night photo edits and trips to the desert to chase golden hour light. The children grew up in two worlds. Scottsdale with dad, structured mornings, conservative values drilled in gently, big American flags on the porch, Sunday dinners with grandparents who still prayed before every meal. Tempe with mom, late nights, music playing, walls covered in prints, Damien teaching them how to frame a shot, how to see beauty in broken things. They learned both sides. They learned nuance. They learned that love doesn't always look the same. And somehow, they turned out okay. More than okay. Resilient, kind, fiercely loyal to both parents. Years later, at a joint birthday party for the kids, something that started awkward and ended warm, Charlie and Erika stood on opposite sides of the backyard watching their son blow out candles. Damien manned the grill. Janet and Ray sat at a table laughing with old friends. The air smelled like barbecue and possibility. Charlie walked over to Erika, handed her a beer. She took it. They clinked bottles without a word. "They're good kids," he said. "The best," she replied. "We did that, yeah. We did. No apologies left to give. No wounds left to pick at. Just two people who once shared everything, now sharing the most important thing, the future of the humans they made together." Charlie looked at her, really looked, saw the laugh lines that weren't there before, saw the peace in her eyes. "I'm glad you're happy," he said. Quiet, honest. Erika smiled. Small, real. "I'm glad you're still fighting. The world needs you," he nodded. Looked away at the kids chasing each other through the grass. The world needs all of us, and that was it. The final quiet chapter. No explosions, no headlines, just life moving forward. Messy, imperfect, but moving. The family that once shattered had somehow, against every odd, found its way to a strange, beautiful new shape. Not whole the way it used to be, but whole enough. And in the end, that was the real victory. No one won, no one lost. They just survived. And sometimes, surviving together, even apart, is the most dramatic story of all. If this insane roller coaster of betrayal, heartbreak, redemption, and quiet healing had you glued to every word, smash that like button right now. It tells YouTube the algorithm was right to push this to you. Drop a comment below. Whose side were you on? Team Charlie? Team Erika? Team, they both messed up but the kids deserve peace? Or are you just here for the popcorn? Be brutally honest. I read every single one. And if you want more of these wild, fabricated reality TV level scandals ripped straight from the headlines we wish were real, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week we're diving into another conservative power couple on the brink. Trust me, it gets even uglier. Thanks for watching till the end. You're the real MVP. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.